No More Heroes 1 and 2 might not have been the most prominent exclusive releases on the Nintendo Wii, but the two hack-and-slash titles from the eccentric mind of Suda51 have a huge cult following even to this day. After a few years in dormancy, the Beam Katana wielding professional assassin, Travis Touchdown, is coming back, and though he might not be doing so in a full-fledged No More Heroes 3, fans of the series and of developers Grasshopper Manufacture's work are still understandably excited to see what Travis Strikes Again has in store for us. In anticipation of its upcoming release, we're going to take a look at 15 vital pieces of information that we feel you should know about the game, which is looking quite different from what one might expect from a No More Heroes title. Now that the customary intro is out of the way, let's get right into it. The setup. Travis Strikes Again takes place 7 years after the events of No More Heroes 2, with a middle-aged Travis now living in a self-imposed isolation in his trailer. Meanwhile, he's being hunted by an assassin named Badman, who wants to kill Travis for having killed his daughter, Bad Girl. Events transpire and the two find themselves somehow transported into Death Drive Mark II, a video game console that was cancelled during development. Travis and Badman now race to play through and finish all 7 games in the console, and whoever does it first will be granted one wish. Yep, that sounds like Suda51, alright. Genre mashups. What's interesting about these separate games is that they're going to allow Travis Strikes Again to switch things up almost constantly, genre-wise, with each game implementing ideas from different genres or styles. While the game overall is of course still a hack-and-slash title, the separate games within the game will have elements from racing games, RPGs, horror titles, adventure games, and much more. The games. So what exactly are these 7 games that Travis and Badman need to play through? While one of them has been kept a complete secret so far, we do know a few things about the other 6. There's Serious Moonlight, a AAA-style open-world title which is going to be the biggest of the lot, Golden Dragon GP, a story-focused racing game, Electric Thunder Tiger 2, an isometric hack-and-slash title, Killer Marathon, the arena survival game, Life is Destroy, a puzzle horror game that'll have live-action cutscenes, and Coffee and Donuts, a 2.5D side-scrolling game. Bosses. Of course, each of these games is also going to have its own unique boss to contend with. In their efforts to beat each of the games on the Death Drive Mark II, Travis and Badman are also going to have to beat each boss, presumably. Given the wildly varying nature of these games from each other and the different styles they're all going for, the bosses will also have a nice bit of variety to them. Not a direct sequel. As the name and its very nature implies, Travis Strikes Again is not a direct sequel to No More Heroes 2. While it is chronologically placed after the 2010 title, it's also been designed as a game you can jump into without having played any of the previous 2, and it's not designed as a full-fledged continuation of the series, but more as a side experiment. Suda51 has, however, also stated that he looks at Travis Strikes Again as a stepping stone to a potential No More Heroes 3, so keep hope alive. Returning characters. That said, for fans of the previous 2 No More Heroes genre, there's definitely going to be some familiar faces to look out for. There is of course series protagonist Travis Touchdown, who is once again being voice acted by Robin Atkin Downes. Meanwhile, Bad Girl, who we've already mentioned, will also appear in the game, while Shinobu Jacobs makes the return as well. Top-down perspective. No More Heroes 1 and 2 were both third-person action titles, but Travis Strikes Again is going to be completely different, in more ways than one. The most instantly apparent of those is its perspective, which has now switched to a top-down one. While the perspective might of course change depending on whatever game within a game you're playing, Travis Strikes Again is largely going to be played from a top-down perspective. Collaboration with indies. Doubling down on the meta nature of Travis Strikes Again and the eccentricities that one would expect from Suda51's work, the game will also pay homage to several indie titles. That will mostly happen in the form of Travis wearing t-shirts of several indie titles in the game itself. Unreal Engine 4. The game's meta nature goes beyond that, however. Travis Strikes Again has been built using Epic's Unreal Engine 4, and you'll also see Travis sporting t-shirts of the engine in the game as well. Why is that? Because the games on the Death Drive Mark II that Travis and Badman will be going through are also all UE4 titles. Travis's trailer. While the games on the Death Drive Mark II are obviously the main attraction in Travis Strikes Again, that's not where you'll be spending all of your time. At any point, players can return to Travis's trailer, which serves as the hub where you can load up the console to play the games on it, or engage in several ancillary activities, or even purchase and equip new outfits for Travis. Travis Strikes Back mode. Something else you can access from Travis's trailer is Travis Strikes Back, which is essentially another game within a game, though not part of the Death Drive Mark II's lineup. Travis Strikes Back, which is an old-school visual novel-style adventure title, is not going to be a side activity though. This is where you'll have to keep returning to find physical copies of the Death Drive Mark II's games, which you will obviously only be able to play once you've acquired their copies. Skills Chips. A feature that's new to Travis Strikes Again is skill chips. There are going to be 24 skill chips in the game in total that players have to collect. These chips, which are all named after Gundam models, will each come with their own special attacks and abilities, such as being able to call in an orbital airstrike on a bunch of enemies. At any given point, players can equip 4 skill chips. Length. Given all the varied content that's going to be on offer in Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes, one question many people have is, how long is this game going to be? Developers Grasshopper Manufacture have stated that the game is going to be pretty much as long as the first 2 No More Heroes titles were, which would put it in the 10 to 15 hour range. Given its lower retail price of $30, or $40 if you purchase the edition that includes the season pass as well, that seems like a pretty good deal. 2-player co-op. Travis Strikes Again will also allow you to play through the game with a friend by supporting 2-player co-op. While playing co-op, which will of course have single Joy-Con support, one player will play as Travis while the other will take control of Batman. There will also be attack moves in the game that'll be exclusive to co-op play, which serves as added incentive to play with a friend. Season Pass. As mentioned previously, Travis Strikes Again will also receive DLC after its launch, and as such, it'll come with the Season Pass, which will bring new stages, characters, and scenarios. The first DLC will add Shinobu Jacobs as a playable character and bring a new scenario for Batman, while the second DLC will make Batgirl playable, add a new stage for Death Drive title Killer Marathon, and add a new scenario for Travis. While all physical copies of the game, which will cost $40, will come with the Season Pass, those purchasing the game digitally can either spend the same amount to get the Season Pass or spend $30 instead to buy only the base game. And that wraps it up. If you like what we're doing, please consider subscribing to our channel. We upload new videos daily. Also, don't forget to switch on the bell notification icon, that way you don't miss out on any of our videos.